maybe done.
Okay.
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 Did you guys say anything about that new dog complaint?
There, I had to leave a message.
The owl is on, just so everybody knows.
I had to leave a message to get a copy of the police report, the sheriff's report, and nobody has contacted me, but I do have. That's all I got from the sheriff's report that was on Raccoon Valley Radio. That's all that it says.
Really gonna go off that.
Did you get a text message from me?
No, I just saw it on Facebook. It was Joey, and he's related to us.
Oh, that's usually.
So,
And since it's on there, I know we can discuss it. Since it's on there. About that.
and it is up now. It took a little bit to get it going. And
Sentences. Ordinances are done. If you want to replace that. I don't know if it's something. I just made a copy of it.
Do I need to say something about this or?
No, during that discussion, if you wanted to refer to this, you can. If not, then I just brought it on in case somebody had a question.
Okay. Let's wait and see a bit.
Yeah. Yes. We have 7 more minutes.
yeah. Yeah, right.
A lot of faces I haven't seen before. He said there's a lot of faces I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a man.
took that out. Sometimes I'm in there.
Yeah, and you're always in that top one up there, I think.
Oh, two cents.
Yeah, and you can kind of see like where the eyes are. A lot of times it's these two, but I don't know if you can see a little bit. It's supposed to pick up whoever's watching. Whoever hears is where it zooms in.
Okay.
And I don't know the best way to turn the cameras in the top.
Sometimes I don't know, right?
And she went there about 2 o'clock to do that, and then she stayed there until after 5 o'clock.
And it still tells me people watching you.
What's up, Tom?
But it got those swivel too, right? So you toss and turn.
Yeah. And then she says, up here. That should be.
So on here, we need to put at the end. You don't have to down, you get to let it go on. Okay, then hit go. Hit go live. You may have to get it done after you hit go live if it doesn't go live. But if you hit done first, it sends it to that other page. Hit live, then if needed, hit done. And then at the end, you must hit, and it'll come up, say, end stream, see that white box.
Do we pause it when we go into closed session?
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to pause it and bring it back on. I've never known how to do that. And I don't know how to tell you somebody that I think maybe Zach has more computer skills than me.
Can figure it out next
Yeah,
time. Can we start with one computer?
I think if you start again, you have to,
Because we're on another.
yeah, that's my understanding. But then when you hit in stream, second box will appear. Yeah. When you hit in stream, second box will appear that says your stream is stopped immediately and you will no longer be live. And then you hit end again, and then you're done. Otherwise, between here and here, it's still recording. So it's still picking up any conversations.
Okay.
So that's why you want to make sure.
Okay.
You do it. That's I'll put this back in.
I'm retired. And close. This your question? Okay. It's a long journey. Your final lap.
I'm getting more financial sheets than before. Is that correct? And we'll continue this way.
Call to order. Say pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Need a motion to approve the agenda?
I motion to approve the agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
My motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public comments. City business only.
I would just like to address, I see on the agenda about the alleys. And I would just like to stress again after last month about the alley situation. And hope the council people will look into it before they vote on what's what with an alley, because the one I had in concern, if anybody drives around, there's markings there, there's gas line, electric lines that go through it. So for you guys to wanna go and vacate an alley, and people wanna put trees and fences, I think you better look hard into it. And if you follow the assessor's page, there's two of them that go through alleys, there's only two half alleys left. And to me, there should be maintenance for abutting property, emergency vehicles, if you have police, law enforcement out chasing somebody, they go through the alley, you think they're gonna turn around and go somewhere else, they're gonna go through an alley. I really hope you guys will look into this alley situation and figure out if they should be vacated or not. There's a lot of issues behind it. And I'm willing to talk, and I also know the gas company is willing to come to a council meeting and talk to you guys also about why you should call 811 before you dig. Because when you dig, and there's gas line that goes right through there, the guy said you really should talk to them, and they're willing to come talk to everybody. So that's just kind of my concerns that I see it's on the agenda, and I don't know if mine is in concern this time or not, but I'm still stressing and I'm not giving rights to vacate any of it. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I was wondering about buying out, possibly, didn't really wanna, whatever you guys do to like, not continue the alleyway, but we have future problems with our neighbors, which they drive through our private property and all that stuff in our backyard. I was wondering if there's a way we can buy it out. I don't care about the backside that runs catty corner with the tracks or whatever, with the tracks, I just want the approach up. So there is no reason for somebody to come into that back lot. I've had too many people steal from my lot. Brett Kersey's on the same page with me about it. That's not all I got to say. I'm willing to buy it out.
So we can still get access normally.
You're talking about the
So,
north and south.
yeah, well, it goes this way,
Still leaving access for.
You're talking east and west would be your
March
section.
and then so I just want to buy out the part that goes straight to the back lot, or the back lot we just bought. And then leave the other half for discontinuing it or whatever. So that, once that's discontinued, nobody can drive back there anyway, because it's over by Cindy, I don't know her name, but that's all closed off too, so I figured we might as well just do it the rest of the way through. Because we get a lot of tweakers and stuff back there. I'm getting tired of having to go out there with a spotlight and run them off and all kinds of things.
How does that work? Does the city decide how much that alley is worth? And then is the budding neighbor entitled to half of that alley? Is there a precedent on this? Have you guys worked on this?
We've never done an alley since I've been on selling. I think it'd be something we'd have to talk to a lawyer about on how to go about separating it, because there'd be a zoning
We have to be rezoned and all that for abatement. But it's definitely something to look into, see what utilities, if any, run through there.
I think when Beekman did it, they run right along the alleyway, right there next to the neighbor's house, so right up the side.
Because your gas meter, I think, is on that side.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would be the defining factor.
They might not want to put a fence there, I just want
Yeah.
to, so the neighbors can't come over there and do what they did to us a couple weeks ago, when we were trying to leave for the hospital, and then we come home from the hospital, and they pull a knife on us, and the sheriff does
Yeah.
nothing about that.
Yeah.
So I'm over that point, I'm ready to start defending my land and get a little closer, that my kids are afraid to get out of their cars now, and I'm not gonna put up with it.
Just want to do some checking in on that.
Yeah.
Another thing we ought to check on is, we better check with the railroad commission. Because you're right up there next to the railroad tracks, and, we better check with the railroad commission before we do anything.
There's an alley back behind there, so it runs along the railroad tracks.
Well, I got in trouble once when I was a quarter mile from the railroad tracks. It got shut down on a project, but that might be a whole different story, but,
So let's do some
we really ought to
checking.
check with the railroad commission.
Anybody else got anything? Let's move on. New business. Discuss and vote per light plan to purchase more street lights.
Are they actually out now? I mean, do they not have any more?
They
I think
have
it's
a
only
few, oh, I'm sorry,
She told me two,
two.
just two left.
They just used one and they have two left. Okay.
Mary, did you want us in open forum? Do you want us in open forum or are you guys on agenda?
You're on the agenda.
You're on the agenda. It should be fairly quick.
That's fine, not a problem.
So what are we gonna do, discuss how many we want to buy?
In the past, we bought like 10 at a time.
10 at a time.
So, and I think it takes a good, like 6 months or so for them to actually get them or something.
Okay, yeah.
Depending on the soil.
That's what I was told.
And they run 193 and some odd change light fixture. And it's our responsibility as a city to do the light fixtures. They'll install them, but it's us to maintain them or make sure they're working.
There's just one we need?
Well,
These are so when some go out, they replace them with new LEDs.
so yeah, the older style ones.
Gotcha.
So I think they said, I talked to Joan today and she said that when they have to do a report to the state, and they have to include how many LED versus halogen or whatever, so they lights are out there, because they're wanting you to go LED.
Okay.
So I'd say, I guess I make a motion that we buy 10 more. I mean, they're gonna use them.
Do I second that?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. That passes.
They pay for themselves too. I'm a little late to the party, but they pay for themselves within a few years.
So 10 more?
Yep.
Yes.
Vote to appoint new library board to the trustee member.
Yeah, I sent over a letter from the library board and they have met and, we're recommending we appoint Tal Sorensen. Tal and his wife Megan, young family, got 3 kids, ages 7, 5, and a year and a half. So we've done a nice street, come with a swimming pool. They've been coming to all our activities generated for kids and families for quite some time, and the boys have been coming to our Monday after school program, so he'd make a great addition to our, he's even a little bit tech savvy, he works with Arterbury Studios in Jefferson, the Apples, tech stuff, and so he's willing to serve on the board, so we would like to have him approved. He's replacing Penny Tiffany, who resigned in October.
Who appoints him? The council?
Yeah, we vote on someone, and then the council
Approves it.
votes to approve. Or not, but usually it's two.
Right.
I'm motion.
I'll second that.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Discuss and vote to approve needed repairs, replacement eave spouts on library building.
Yeah, the library board and I have been looking at our east-out situation quite a while. It's not great. And we've kind of come to the conclusion, we basically just need to replace all the east-outs. I'm pretty sure the original when the building was built in 1990. So there's a lot of gaps around the perimeter. I think one of the whole drain spouts is not connected. Some of the other gaps not connected, and they don't look like they're in the best of shape overall because, you know, the Iowa weather is pretty harsh. So we just want you to know we're moving forward on that. So if you someday see us having somebody work on a city-owned building, that's what we're doing. So it's gonna,
They're rough.
yeah, we're gonna space it out probably towards the next grant cycle. So what we're looking, we did get one nice bid from an operation called Leaf Filter. And I just responded online, because I was trying to, you know, get some background information gathered and research to share with the board. But this guy he lives in Glen, St. Bruce Dieterman with Leaf Filter. So he was very helpful. He, you know, did the whole investigation, mapped out everything. We'll be getting 6-inch gutters, replacing the ones that are 5-inch. And I think they put in 43 feet of downspouts, 60 feet of gutters, 12 elbows, and 4 spout saver hinges. And the list price for all of that, this labor is $53.67. He said he'd give it to us for $37.66 at cost, probably because we're a library. And there was a higher bid if we put in these leaf guard. It's like a grid plastic system, and that's $74.62. But I don't think we want to go quite that dramatic. But again, we're just looking as we bring in others. So if you guys know of anybody who's good in gutter construction, implementation, just let us know. Okay, that's it.
Who does the maintenance on that particular building?
Sorry, what?
Who does the maintenance?
Well, that's the other issue. It's been kind of a gray area. It's been not a lot of maintenance. So we've kind of relied on the city employee, but I think it's gotten to the point where the city employee is too busy with the sewer and the streets. He doesn't really have time for that. So I kind of like to maybe find someone who could help out on a part-time basis. I was thinking maybe Rick Madison or somebody who does mowing, if he'd be interested in that, since he's already on the city payroll. But do you have any suggestion for that? You know, we really need somebody on it.
We need somebody to just clean them out.
Well, just to take care of things and they need fixed. Like we've got 2 big lights that need replaced outside, so we need someone like desperately to do that. Those type of things.
I'll get,
For the structure, what?
I can do that.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, then we have to figure out what kind of light bulbs are in there, so I think they're very good. Okay. I didn't know what was going on at the back of the library, and Susan Hoganson who works with us, she said, hey, you better check out that light back there, it's not working well. But we had the LED replacement came in, and Countywide was here, and I think it's Jeremy Tassler did the whole implementation. I showed him that light, he goes, hey, you know, that light is motion censored, so when it's dark, the light comes on, and I'd never been there, and then I get back to see it, so. Yeah, we have another situation, I think we need to do some repainting on our back fire doors, and I don't know what kind of paint to approach, so things like that. I can get a list and share it with you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Joan St. Clair will introduce replacement due to her retirement. Ben Obert, I hope I said that right, and Air Insurance.
Yeah, here we are. I think this is the third time I've been here with my replacement. He's really gonna do it, so. He's, you know, we collared him. This has been over. He's been, in our office for some time. I'm gonna have him tell you a little bit about himself.
Yep, yeah, I'm Ben Obert from Kern Rapids, Iowa. Been doing this insurance stuff for a year. I graduated from Iowa State University. After that, I moved to Nashville. Figured out I'm not quite that's not really my vibe. And I moved back about a year and a half ago. So here's my business cards. You guys reach out to me. We'll just pass them down. Reach out to me whenever. If I don't have an answer, I'll find it. And I can guarantee I'll help you the best I can. So.
I want to thank you guys for all the years that I've worked with you. We've had a good relationship for a long time. Thank you. Will you guys introduce yourselves? I don't know who everybody is anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's new people here.
Yes, there's new people here.
My name's Zach Dearborn,
Is that-
first meeting.
And I'm John L. Thompson, and it's my first meeting as well.
Mary Millard, City Clerk.
Jason
I know
McDonald.
you too.
Spencer Kirk.
Bryce Stevens.
Okay. Welcome aboard. It'll be a learning experience.
Honored to be here.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be around.
Vote to approve Bolton and Mink, section 00991, change order King Construction Project wastewater treatment facility improvements.
Bolton and Mink sent us a request to change and it's right there, all the information. To change the total amount of the construction project. They reduced it
Was
From-
14 down to 387,353.
to about $20-something thousand. They reduced the price. So you have to vote on it.
Need to go.
I'll make a motion that we're saving money, so.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote to approve grant application submissions to Grow Green County.
Does anybody have any?
Yeah.
We have,
Spencer's gonna
You,
talk.
if you wanna start yours, I mean, you got some.
we have one that we wanted submit for the security system in this building. More cameras and
Pass keys are obsolete. You can get the pass key, but they cannot program them anymore. We had, a year and a half ago, we had, Tech Zone come over who handles the system, come over and try to get them to take, and they won't. The system is just expanded its life. So that would be the grant.
How much is the system running?
Not sure, don't have all the bids yet, around 35 to 40.
And that's just for the fobs, the passkeys?
No, that is for that's for the new cameras,
Okay.
door locks, a whole new system.
Our system right now is compatible with anything that we're looking at?
That is correct. There might be a few things that they can use. It's my understanding, I'm not techie, but
Yeah.
otherwise there's a lot that they cannot use. Without going into a lot of detail, there's just things that need redone. And so even to give out pass keys to the council members, we don't have enough. They're just not available. And then when you think that the Lions Club has one and anybody else that has one, if you've got two people renting the building on a weekend and there's one pass key, somebody has to be available to open the door.
Will this existing system we have, will that be something that they can salvage and resell?
I do not know. Good question.
Curious.
Yeah, I do not know.
We can maybe get a credit for that. Or
Yeah, I was told
no
that
clue whatsoever.
when the
end of
building,
life.
yeah, when the building was built in 2017, I was told by Tech Zone just the other day that they went with this camera system that is more for your home use and not necessarily for a municipality. I don't know any more about it than that.
Texon did the original install.
Pardon me?
Texon did the original install.
Yes, and if we have any issues, they come over and take care of it for us. So they would be the ones, if you have questions, they could help you out better than
I used
I.
to work for them.
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
Oh, well, you would know, right, probably the questions to ask.
Yeah, I'll take a look at them, what brand they are and everything.
All right, so the Grow Green County grant is 35,000 or over, that is what their gist is. So if you look at that packet I gave you, where there's the top two, would be are over 35,000. One would be,
Do you have another packet?
the first one is a plow truck. Okay, so the plow for the city truck has been cobbled multiple times. I went out and looked at it at the lagoon. It's got a weld patch on the side of the push tube from where it's cracked from either hitting something solid too many times. So I mean, a plow itself is 11.6 and our city truck is 24 years old. So I mean, it's probably time that we go for a new one, and then hopefully it lasts us another 25 years like this one did. We just go that way. And this, if you look at it, I mean, the truck price, $49.9, is, that's a Chevy 3500 single cab long box, 4-wheel drive. I mean, it's just, I mean, it was, I built it on their website. So I mean, we might even get one cheaper if you go to their lot and they have one that they're trying to move. So that's 61.5 total with the plow is what you'd be looking at for that. And that plow's V plow, boss plow, down force, you know, so you can do the back drag and everything. And the other option there I got is there's a lagoon, the lagoon shed to convert it into our city maintenance shop. The one we have now is back here in the alley behind the old city hall camp place building. Lagoon isn't really needed. I mean, that's for us to decide, I guess. I mean, it'd probably be nice if we had everything in one area, easier to watch, make sure nothing's, you know, going missing. Our fuel barrels are out there, everything would be out there. So this grant is $35,000 or over. They rarely foot 100% of the bill. It's not that they won't, but it's very seldom that they do. So they like to, I mean, they do like to see a little skin in the game. So I mean, that is up for us to decide. We do kind of need to know tonight on any grants, because they do ask for the minutes saying that we voted that we wanted to do something. So,
And the application needs to be in February.
yeah, February, so it's just something we gotta kind of work on. You can also, I mean, Mary provided us with treasure reports, which is really nice, because that's the first time I've ever seen one of those. Like council packet, so it's nice to see where we're at and kind of decide, you know, hey, could we cover a 15% cost on something or anything like that. And we are receiving money from Grove Green County as a municipality again this year, so we do know that there is some money there that'll be coming in. We're getting the same we got last year, so.
Let's look at this a little harder, this particular request, can we?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You gotta still get the minutes tonight to vote on one of them,
So,
on some of them. You gotta be in the minutes to vote on it
They,
tonight.
yeah, they have to be accepted as in, so that they're in the minutes, because when we do apply, they ask for the minutes to show that the city approved to do such.
okay.
So I know that's why I tried to come as prepared as I could as a breakdown. I went Chevy.
Good job on it too, good job on breaking.
I quoted, I built a Ford, it was 55, and a Dodge was 56. I said, I mean, we have a Chevy now. Robert's a Chevy guy, I guess, so.
I don't know, this is just an idea, I grew up in Boxwood, so even a smaller town than this, and we actually had a plow truck, like a.
We have one of those too. We do have a big plow truck, a dump truck, like a county truck.
okay.
We do have one of those. So we have that, I mean,
Majority of it gets done with
the small truck.
Okay.
Was your, plow truck at this one you're talking about, was it a used truck, a state truck that they retired or?
It's bought some, so I doubt they bought one brand new, it was probably retired from the previous year, I don't know how they acquired it, but they had it.
Yeah, I think ours
Basically my whole childhood.
Ours is, I wanna say, an old county truck. 'Cause it's pretty
Yeah.
new. But, and we don't have to buy a brand new truck. it could be new to us. I mean, right now ours is 24 years old. We can go to a 15-year-old pickup. We can do better than what we got. My thing was I promoted, I showed a brand new truck just so, I mean, obviously throw all the money on the, don't leave any money on the table in my opinion. Try to grab what we can.
Sure.
And we can decide that, cause when we move on to like the Green County Foundation, that one's for under 35,000. That's what the rest of my grant things there. There's some other stuff there that we can walk through on that. But they require 25% in matching. Is what you're, whatever you're asking for, you ask only 75% project.
Okay.
How much do they normally make you cover over?
The over 35? I went to the supervisors meeting today and Dawn Rudolph's there, she's on the meeting, and she said there was no set number, they just like to see you're willing to put money in. And so, I mean, 25% would probably be max that we'd even think about, which would be, 20-some thousand, if I'm not mistaken. But we wouldn't have to do that, we could do 15% or 10%, willing to, obviously we can ask for the whole thing. Oh, they give us 50, well, we can make that work by getting a cheaper truck.
Right.
And
How many can you fly for?
through the Green County, I've only seen people do one. Doesn't say you have to, you can probably do as many as you want. Just give them an opinion,
Okay.
I did talk to the Green County Foundation, one of their board members, and you can submit as many as you want there. They do like, though, if you attach a letter saying, if only one is able to be granted, these are our top priorities from here this way, let's work on, just in case they don't have the funding to actually give you all.
I say we do that,
What, for the, so we have an over 35,000 we can apply for, which that's why I have two of them, and Paul's got one.
These three.
And then this was my under 35,000 SEC that we could look through to see what we wanted to do. Because and then also Jeff Thorpe, we could talk to him, if they don't give us 61,000 for a new truck, Jeff Thorpe owns the dealership, he can actually go on auction and probably find us a decent truck cheap.
Yeah. Agreed.
We just need to know what we want to do. Are we gonna pursue trying to get a newer plow truck for us, or a security system, or a shed conversion?
Any opinions?
So if we went ahead with this plow truck and decided, if we decided as a group that we'd be willing to contribute 15% into it, just for them to know, that's $9,225 roughly. And that can be used out of the money we received from this, for the Green County Foundation as a municipality. To think that, all it cost us was $9,000 to get a $60,000 truck is nice. So if things did go south and we had to sell something, we would still be ahead if we
So we're just voting to approve this submission at the end?
Yes.
For one of these three.
Well, I mean, we
We
could
can
we could do all three if we wanted, we could do two, and we're just approving the submission, doesn't mean we're actually gonna buy them, because if they say, hey, we can't do it, can't get the money, well, then we're just.
And you said that you talked to them and you can submit multiple right
You-
on there.
Well, that's the foundation one, I mean, I'm thinking we'll probably do the same thing with, Green County, Grow Green County. Paula, do you know if, I mean, I don't remember if any, I know we've never, I don't think, submitted multiple ones to that, have we?
I think we have only done like one at a time just because, you know, otherwise it was like one person, two people trying to do more than that. But I believe that we were told you can submit more than one request and then you kind of leave it up to them
To just
to
see,
decide,
yeah,
you know, what they're gonna fund. I mean, they may fund more, they may not.
exactly.
It's kind of
And they might
up
just
to
say,
them.
hey, we couldn't do the full thing, we can do partial, and we just work with what we got.
And just to clarify, the three that we're looking at are
The lagoon, shed conversion, plow truck, and then security system and door lock access is what it sounds like, really, that's what we're wanting, is to be able to get in and out of the doors.
Does anybody have a strong feeling? You want to just send that one, so we'll get that one? Does anybody think one is more important than the other right now?
I think if we send multiple requests in with the list of priorities for the town, there's really no negative to submitting all of them.
Exactly.
So
So how many you wanna do?
At least, I mean, the two, I mean, the lagoon shed is a total, I mean, it's a big cost.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's something we can work for in the future, like maybe not this year, but maybe next year we got a little more figured out, know a little better, that's something we can work on. Because what we have right now, it works, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, obviously, if we did do this lagoon shed, obviously we'd sell the building up here and we would hope we'd get 30,000 out of it, would we? That's a good question, don't know. So,
as long as we can caveat that we don't want these to compete with each other instead of have priorities.
you're right.
I don't see a problem with any solution of all of them.
My only thing is, let's say we get submitted of all three and we decide we're gonna do 15% of all three. The security cameras, if it costs 40,000, that's, you know, $6,000, you got $9,000 on a pickup. 50% of 140 is 21,000. Again, we do have the casino money and there's some to play there, but like I said, if we do any of these ones, there are 25% is required. So like I said, I mean, the lagoon one was just kind of an idea. I mean, again, it can be held off until next year even.
Well, what if we approve the two and just leave the lagoon? on?
Yeah, and I mean,
Get
we
more
can-
information on that.
Yeah,
We can worry about that. next
yeah,
year.
exactly. We can definitely do that as well.
If there is a cross in them, it's my understanding that you don't have to do everything, and I'm not techie, but you don't have to do everything all at once. You can start on some of this and build on to what you need. It's the most important part of your security system.
Oh, okay, so like we could do the door locks and then
And then
gradually go.
build,
Yeah.
build
You could do it in
if you can't get it on. I mean, am I correct on, okay. I mean, that's my understanding.
It's modular.
Sounds like I need a motion to do the two plow truck and,
So we're
security
doing
camera.
Can I ask a question real quick before we pass this through?
Yep.
The lagoon generator, what are we running on now, direct power?
So that one will be under the other foundation.
I'll be under another.
The other, there's another,
This is the shed they want to build out there for the machine workshop.
yeah, so the generator will be on the under $35,000 one. That one we'll talk about. when we
Oh,
get there.
okay.
Sorry, that is, no,
I
there's a lot there, I know.
couldn't look far enough. Okay. But to answer my question, is it running off?
Yeah, direct power.
Okay,
And right now it's direct power, but and there's a mobile generator, but you have that station, there's a station down on the
lift
bottom.
stations.
And then there's two other lift stations that you would have to run between to keep everything going if the power went.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the Grow Green County for the plow truck and the security system for the That's what we're gonna do.
I'll second that.
Aye.
All in favor? Vote to approve grant application submission to T-Mobile. I'm guessing that's your guys' over there? The T-Mobile one?
Yeah, I thought you guys had
No,
the other one. Yeah, the T-Mobile one is just another one to apply for the security system to maybe help fund the percentage, or, I mean, as much as we can get. You know, it's another one to jump into.
Did you just find that? Or
I did.
I said it's like, oh, I seen that. What is that?
No, I sat at night on my computer and try to find grants to apply for. So yeah, that's how I stumbled onto that one.
Do they require any matching or they just? or do they
I
have
think
set
that
amount?
they want you to have some skin in the game, but if you get other people, like if we would get Brokern County and then some from them, then
And
it
if we're okay with putting
Right,
15%.
yeah, it doesn't have to come from us, it could come from other grants or donations or whatever, they don't necessarily wanna fund the whole thing. I applied last year to them. I know that I applied once, I requested 3 other times that the information be sent in again, but I cannot tell you that that was done. And so I'm applying again this year, you can apply quarterly for that. So I didn't get it, I mean, this is like a nationwide grant,
Yeah.
so
And it doesn't hurt to apply because we're, I mean, like
You
I said,
can-
we're already okay with some doing so.
you can apply, you just, you know, you
Yeah,
won't get it, but it's your time, so.
yeah, I make a motion that we apply for the T-Mobile grant for the security systems, which help try to break costs.
That's it.
Aye.
Vote to approve grant application submissions to Green County Foundation.
All right, so Green County Foundation is under 35,000. They do request you only ask for 75% of the project. So the project here I got, total cost is total cost, so we would only ask for 75% of it. So there is one of them's for the Grand Junction pool we would remove the wading pool, the little kids area, due to, it doesn't filter, they drain it. If they fill it, they drain it every night due to bacteria growth and all that, algae will grow in it. I don't think they've used it in the last 2 years. And, I mean, it's just wasted space, and they could definitely use more seating area, so I talked about filling it in and getting a grant to put a canopy up over it, a sunshade, and then also, some picnic tables, patio chairs, sets, lockers for the locker room. I'm all for not leaving money on the table, so I was looking into that much as I could. You know, if we were, I mean, that there, you know, we would have to put up, 25% of it, and it's just shy of 35,000, so we'll just do the math on it. I mean, we'd have to put up 8,000 for that. If we wanted to do that, about $8,750, we would have to guarantee we were willing to spend. And they might come back and say, we're not able to give you all 35,000, because I think they do that. I know they've done it at the fire station. They say, hey, what, if we give you, 30,000, can you make that work? Well, obviously, we just cut out, okay, so they need 6 picnic tables, and we got 1. We would make it work around it to do so. I think with picnic tables, I didn't break that exact cost on picnic tables. Picnic tables are $900 figures. These are, they're metal, but they're coated so that they don't rust on it. There's just, there's things in it that we could lose if we didn't get all the funding, and we could still, because the canopy itself, it's $12,600. The pool infill is up to $5,000, so with breaking of the concrete and putting the concrete down. I attached a quote there for the canopy, and it shows you what it looks like roughly. You don't have the color scheme, but there's color schemes we can pick from. I wasn't gonna pick the color, I'd let like Janice and Buzz decide what color they wanted. If they're down there, they gotta look at it. Other option there I have is the softball field upgrade. I know Zach's sister-in-law, and there's other people in the community, Doug, J-Dubs.
Yeah, Darren.
Darren, J-Dubs, Jay, call it, big slow pitch guys and stuff. And they would like to be able to host sanctionary events here for it. The field's not big enough. It's not up to code. You have to, the fence needs to go back an extra 100 foot technically. There's roughly 450 foot fence that needs to be installed.
We used to have the fence.
They,
Temp fence, wasn't it?
yeah, the fence used to be back, but I've been told that it was moved in. Well,
It was, they would do that, so during slow pitch season, they would move it back to slow pitch.
yeah, and well, the thing, it's no longer movable, I guess, and nobody knows what the fence went. And it hasn't been, the field hasn't been really used like that in a long time. So unfortunately, we would have to buy roughly $450 for the fence, which would be $10,000. We would have to, again, take, we need 25% of that to apply. $2,500, so there's that. I do have street light replacement on here, so I talked to Joe and they need roughly 110 to finish the runs left in town. Well, we just approved it by 10, so we could actually drop it down to 100 of them. We really would need all 110 unless we wanted 10 extra just to be safe. Wouldn't hurt, or if we wanted to put up new street lights.
The softball field upgrade, is that still on city property?
Yeah,
Is
it's
there-
but we still own it.
You still have enough room
Yeah,
for
we
the
own,
expansion?
yeah.
Okay, just question,
Yeah.
sorry. Mhm.
Now, the current fence there is 200 foot, I guess I should have said, then you just have to go back an extra 100, which, like you said, it used to be sized and they undersized it. But the streetlights, to do all 110 would be 21,000. Obviously, we change that if we want to get rid of the 10 that we just bought.
And that's just for the lamp fixture,
The lamp fixtures,
it's $200 a piece,
yeah,
roughly.
190, yeah, 193. There's a quote on there.
Oh,
too,
I didn't- I need to read instead of doing.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Now I'm running numbers. Okay. Yeah, okay.
And then on that one would be a $5,000 game. We would have to agree to pay. Lagoon generator, 31,000. That's either natural gas or LP. So that is just for the generator. That would not, because there's no supply lines out there right now. There is a gas line close because Hoffman's used to have a trailer there, so we just have to get it trenched out there if we want to do natural gas. Or we could look into putting an LP tank out there, which I know the fire department has an empty tank sitting on the station that's definitely up for use. We don't use it.
Remember me saying something about you better check with the railroad commission first? That's what I got caught on. I put a LP tank, a temporary tank. I did not clear that through the railroad commission.
So the LP tank that's sitting behind the fire station can be moved. The lagoon is way out there, so it wouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
But the LP tank there, I couldn't tell you if they ever checked or whatever. It's just been there for, it was longer than I have.
Okay. Okay.
But, so like, there's things we can decide, or gotta think on, I mean.
Yeah.
In the 31,000, we would have to put 75 or 7,750 on that one. Stump removal, we do have a lot of stumps around house, quite a few in our city park alone. Denise gave me a quote. I said they usually do 5 inches a stump, or $5 an inch on a stump. I told them I was going around to measure every stump. I said, is there any way we can just get a rough bid? I mean, just so that I don't have to go measure every stump. And they're like, oh yeah, so they did that. They did 2 or 3 technically. They could do just a stump grinding and leave everything there and we can clean it up. Or they do with cleanup, they added $2,900 with cleanup. And then if they did cleanup in winter, we wanted them to fill in the hole with dirt, it's $4,000. Coming out to $18,400 if we do so, if we wanted to.
And that breaks down to about,
3680, or how much a stump?
yeah, about 160.
About 153.
Well, that's just the stump grinding. That's not the
Oh,
cleanup.
no. With total 18,400 divided by 120 is
Okay,
153.
yeah, 153. You're right. That's
And
fair.
then if, so stump grinding, if we just did the grinding left alone, it's like $96 a stump. Which there are some stumps that are like 4 foot, and then there's some at the park that are like only a foot. So that's why I said I'm not gonna go around. There's like 120 stumps. I'm not gonna.
It's an average.
Yeah. So we would have to put in $4,600 to cover that if we wanted to do that. The last 2 are just kind of, they were just throw in a side by side Robert uses his four-wheeler a lot to do, groundskeeping, as in like spraying for weeds and stuff, just because it makes it easier and quicker. This would be something else we could put a plow on and help with moving snow off sidewalks quicker, in a timely manner.
We use that new truck we're buying.
Yeah. If the sidewalk's big enough, we can go for it. And that's what I'm saying. And that, these are just, so I work at, power sports dealer at Fort Dodge. So these are covered, these aren't, they do their own government bids, but if you go to a different place, they do them differently. Our store does cost plus rebate, so if there's a rebate on it, and say it costs $5,000, and there's a $1,000 rebate, you'll get it for $4,000, they don't make anything off it, they don't care tail. So, and these are heated, capped in with plow, so. And, there's different prices there to figure out, and then the other one was a sidewalk repair program, again, just throw-ins. I know, like, when they redid the Main Street sidewalks on the south side, it was 50% property owner, 50% city, so I thought, well, why not continue that on through the town? We could go around and just repair patches that need patched, or, do the whole sidewalk and say, hey, and it would help the homeowner because there is the 144 CHI grant they could apply for, and they could get some of their costs covered by another grant, so then it wouldn't be such a burden on the homeowner. And that would just be that amount we could just discuss, we would like to apply for $12,000 this year and see where it happens, but that again would just be up to us to decide.
I think we could do the sidewalk, stumps, and street light replacement in tandem with each other. If we sectionalize the town,
Oh, yeah,
do a five-year plan and do the same.
exactly, and we definitely could do that too.
Make more bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, and again, that would better utilize that grant money in total. Just,
For the municipality, the Grove Room County funding, the 43,000, 10% of that has been allocated every
to
year.
the 141.
To the 141.
Which
and
would be
they will be
43
coming next
Yeah.
meeting to request that
Yeah.
again and
Yeah.
discuss further.
That if we were to do that, which I don't see, it's a great thing to do because they give back to the community, your people's property taxes go up by using it. In the long run, we get our money back. That would take us down to $39,213. So, and then we usually give some to Meals on Wheels, which we could discuss that next month too. But so I had already done the math. If we do 25%, let's say we decide, we want to apply for every single one I just talked to you about, it comes out to $33,300. Well, no, I'm not saying we do all of them, but I just so that in retrospect, can we afford to do multiple? And they do allow multiple ones. I talked to Megan Holt and she said yes. And she loves, if you do attach a letter that states, hey, we prefer this one over this one. Just because if it push comes to shove, they would like to be able to help us, which we see fit to better do it.
I think this town needs better lighting.
Absolutely.
Bad.
I personally would like to see the pool and the softball field just because it'd be nice for things for the community to be able to use. And a lot of them like to see their money be used as in like the softball field would bring people to town because they would have games and then they could, pencil spend money, go to the bar. It's a good thing we could open the concession stand to raise money for other things. So, and then the pool, the pool's attendance in the last 3 years is up 61%, which is awesome. Janice and Buzz does a great job managing it.
Great.
So anything we can do to help down there, I think.
So how many are we gonna throw at them? 3, 2, 1.
Do we have to do it right now?
And it's hard because it's your first
I
meeting.
need to rattle this around in my brain a little
I
bit
know.
before we throw it out there like that.
And it's due in February.
Yeah, and that's the worst part is
Foundations are due on the 13th, rather than on the 19th.
yeah, so
13th of
February
February.
and the 19th of February.
Welcome to the city council.
Oh, I'm all about doing the right thing, but, oh, I'd like to rattle that around for a day or two. I know we ain't got time.
And with you being new, it'd be worse, because like in retrospect for the year coming on, we could do this in December to kind of decide through, or November, or think all year on what we want to do for the next year, but unfortunately, we didn't get that grace this time.
My stance is as long as we treat it like we did 35,000 and above, given that list of priorities.
Yeah.
It's free money, which they.
Exactly. And then, like you said, we could, for the side-by-side one, we could scratch that. That one there, which is just a throwaway, that one, whatever. We could scratch that one.
We'll use that new truck.
We could, if, like Zach said, we could tie streetlight stumps, sidewalk into a 5-year plan and say we want $35,000 for the 3 of them. Or not even, we could do 15,000 and work our way from there and just start on one side of town and work our way across a 5-year plan basis. On top of it, like I said, I would like the softball field and the pool just because that's something that could help bring people to town, hopefully share the wealth through the neighborhoods.
It worked really well when they had Summerfest and the softball tournament.
Yes, and that, people there to watch, but they did kickball one year, I think, but technically they can't do sanctionary events there because it's technically not large enough.
Put on that softball field, scoreboard.
Well, I think that lagoon generator really needs to be talked about.
Yeah, and that
Needs to be
too.
looked at. That's
Next
life
time
safety.
something ever happens, people are gonna get poop in their basement.
I have been down that road before, not that end of it, but I have been without power and everything for 13 days. Yeah, let's, I wanna throw that one in there. Guys, on the lagoon generator.
Did you get that quote, Spencer?
The lagoon generator? Yes.
No, are you the one who got the quote from the company?
Jason got the quote because they have it at work. That same generator they have at work, so.
The only thing that's popping out at me is, it's still on the front page, it says automatic transfer switch. But I don't see anything about ATS in the quote. And I know that could push that above. If you talk to them and say there's no ATS in there, then I'll take that for the word for it.
Right, and
And I know that
again,
ATS could put that over the 35.
Well, also, our thing is we'd have, I don't know, does yours guys that work on automatically, the fire goes out? And it's the same one they got, so I don't know how it actually works. I didn't follow that much into it, which we also could read into it more with him. But also, we would still have to probably hire an electrician to get this hooked up to the utilities.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this doesn't include a gas line or a natural gas, or being able to hook it up to natural gas. The only thing is, I wasn't sure how much it's gonna cost to trench a natural gas line. That's definitely probably gonna be another $10,000, I'd assume. That's why I was like, well, shoot, the fire department's got an LP tank, it probably would just be cheaper to put the LP tank out there, because we just get it filled and hook the line up ourselves.
Can't have to line up yourself.
Nah, well, that's you guys.
It's 38 kilowatts, definitely gonna meet the demand.
That I questioned it, because
I told him it said about 2 pumps, and if we did
if we did have the shed put out there, he said it would cover enough to run that shop, if we had the whole shop out there, plus those pumps.
Pencil that one in. Can we pencil that one in?
Pencil that one in, oh yeah, we can always
Do
do
that.
it. So,
If,
if we were to do softball field, shade canopy, lagoon generator, that'd put us at, if we were gonna ask for 25% coverage on that, we're looking at 31,768. Like I said, we have 39,000 off that. Grover County money.
GC.
Yeah, so we're not taking out of our current funds of our money. I mean, we're working on money that's given to us. So.
Yeah,
And they like to see our money go to other projects too. I mean, we were there, went back and heard, what the other communities did. And I do know from last year, we did allocate $60,000, right, Paula, for street repair.
Yeah, and 40 of that was, brought over from
Yeah.
2 different years from Grove Green County. And then we said we would take another 20 out of this year's budget for that.
Yeah. So like, we do have 60,000 for street repair, so we're not seeing like we're just spending that money on things we think we need and not fix on the street. We have 60,000 allocated just for street repair, plus I think at the end that we're gonna discuss trying to budget for more projects here, so it would be street repairs probably. I don't know what else we got really going on there.
So let's make a motion to do something.
I make a motion that we submit for a lagoon generator, softball field upgrades, shade canopy. Do you want me to figure out how to combine street light, stump grinding, sidewalk repairs into a small amount together?
Excuse me.
I'll help you out with that.
how would you clarify it?
What's that?
How would you clarify it as you're combining it into a,
We would clarify that we would like to start a 5-year plan to start on one portion of town, work our way, fixing sidewalks, the street lights.
Okay.
And then we'd be like, okay, and we just decide how we're gonna section up the 5, or maybe 5 years, so we section the town in 5 portions and get a rough cost for what it would cost. Because we don't have to replace the whole sidewalk. Obviously, you replace the ends, if there's a crack in the center, we'd replace, there's no reason to replace the whole sidewalk, but still, there are some in town that are decent, some that are not so decent.
yeah,
And I got a buddy that does concrete, and he said concrete's up to $200 a yard now, so they average $11 a square foot, and that's about 5 inches thick.
Hmm.
So foot by foot, 5 inches thick, $11. So then we just do the math. So we can get that figured out together like that. We can apply for all those, and then prioritize. If we have to, lagoon generator probably top priority.
yeah, that's my eyes.
What would you like to follow suit?
What do you mean?
As if we're gonna prioritize
Number 1, number 2.
2, 3,
Oh,
4.
yes.
What's your-
So which one? So lagoon, I'd say is 1, just
I
because
agree.
that's, somebody's livelihood in their basement or not,
Street light replacement.
Street light replacements, had a 5-year plan, would you say?
So all 3 of those, we're gonna just group.
I'm gonna group them together, and me and Zach will try to figure out how we can separate the town into 5 portions. So that's 2, and then I guess we could do pool 3, softball field 4, or 4 softball field 3, and pool 4.
Let's look at putting a stump grinding in there.
That's what I did. Street
Light
lights, that is street lights, stump grinding, sidewalk repair.
Okay.
That's on for number 2. And then
I would do pool 3,
pool 3,
just because it's used a lot more than our ball diamer right now.
Sure.
I'm not saying nobody's knocking their door down the ball diamer, but
Lost it.
well, what I can say is the pool, that's great for fundraising. So the 25% we might need to come up with this. I'm guessing when you talk with Janice, and that wouldn't actually,
25 and 10.
that wouldn't come out of our pocket. We can get it out of the fundraising.
Light and stuff for in a second. Those,
And then I guess softball field 4, and
and then sidewalks.
I'll make a motion, we do that.
Okay,
all in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded it?
That's what you help the other stuff.
Let me tell you, if my job knew what I was doing on the clock, like, I didn't have much going on.
We appreciate it.
Do you want to get a copy of this? For you?
No, I'm good. Discuss nuisance dog ordinance, various complaints.
So we've had multiple complaints from regarding one individual. We've sent letters to them, the person and the actual owner. He came in and it's on contract. with the current tenants, residents, so, we're fining them $100. We did that at the beginning of, in November, December. She came back and said she took care of it. But since then, and she refused to pay the fine. But since then, we've had multiple complaints, regarding the dogs barking in, December. And now we just received another one, and I submitted the fine again to them with notification and also to the county for them to assess the taxes.
Who fields these complaints, Mary?
They come through the city, they come on the website under complaints.
Okay.
And the mayor.
Okay.
There was an incident, one of the incidents was called into the law enforcement, and they came and, the deputy came and discussed it with us as well. And per the ordinances, it falls to the city council and the mayor to take care of.
Is this a fence dog or a chained dog or a house dog or?
I'm talking the first one that I called you about over there.
This one,
Not the one today.
not the one today.
Yeah, that's in the fence.
It's a fence
Yeah.
dog. I don't think it goes inside, does it?
I don't think they do.
Oh, it goes
I think
in.
they do.
Inside, outside dog.
I think so. I'm not sure.
It's a tough one.
But I haven't heard anything since we done that though. So.
And we've already assessed it to their tax, so I mean, have you gotten any complaints since
Since
you?
I mean, that was just like last week.
Yeah, I know, I didn't.
That dog always barks, so.
Yeah,
I haven't received anything
Okay.
since.
which we've already assessed it to their tax if they don't pay it by, I don't know what the time limit is, so I guess we go from there and
It'll probably be September's taxes
then.
at the earliest.
Yeah, well, either way, it's still going to sting a little bit, they're gonna have to pay it.
Mhm.
And I guess if it keeps occurring, I guess we just keep tacking on a fine until they get the hint that,
That tax don't cure the problem.
no, they don't. That's what I'm saying, until it hurts enough that they decide, is this something we should try to figure out how we need to handle? Because we can't go tell them they gotta get rid of their dog, that's just not how it works.
Well,
Yeah, but
This-
in their thing. in their
this
work,
person
they-
also had many or more dogs than the ordinance
The
stated.
problem is we created that ordinance last year. They've been there longer than that. They're technically grandfathered. So, I mean, like you say, you can't really tell them, no, they can't have their dogs or anything like that. You just have to hope either us fining them goes to a point that they realize either I don't care how many dogs you have.
How many times can we find them? Just keep going? We do
Yeah,
this
I
Every
mean-
day?
Mhm.
That
Well,
could
it
sting-
wouldn't-
that could sting a little bit.
You have to
I bet it's-
inform them, and then if they do not comply,
Is that a 30-day notice
Then
thing?
you
So
can
we can
fine
we can fine every month, it sounds like. I mean, that's $1,200 in a year, so
You said the sheriff's office spoke with you, was that about this
yes.
incident or not? Well, did they have any recommendations on things they do
they've had so many complaints,
on this one or just,
That one there, yeah.
that one in particular.
and they don't have any recommendations?
They pass it over to the mayor.
Yep, they pass it over to the mayor.
And we can just fine them, so, which I think created that ordinance, actually put a dollar amount to it just last year as well, so.
Yeah.
But we'll have to get more information on this last one before we can move on.
The newest one was just on January 11th, and the deputy investigated a dog bite. In the backyard, two dogs came onto the property and bit a dog that was with a little girl just in their backyard. I don't know, doesn't say where the two dogs came from, but they just came on the property and attacked without any provoking. And the little girl was at the top of the stairs and the dog that was attacked was at the bottom of the stairs, and they just. So
Down by you, so.
we need more information on that. I contacted the sheriff's office to get a copy of the report.
So we don't know what kind of dog it was or anything like that?
Not at this moment.
Seems like something we need to work with the town attorney with.
When we levy these fines or fine, are they required to show proof of rabies vaccine and that kind of a thing?
Well, I thought the sheriff would take the dog, actually.
The attack, I would think too, but I'm not sure how that works.
Well, it'd be a quarantine.
Yeah, you get quarantined and then you have to.
Unless you can show, okay.
Yeah, I think it's a 24-hour quarantine, and you have to show proof. I mean, that's what I assume, but I'm not sure if that's how it works, if it's dog on dog, or it's gotta bite a person for that to happen.
Okay, well,
So watch out for two dogs around your house. Get you.
I believe
Yeah.
it was in my yard yesterday, actually. I'm looking at the same one.
Alright, this will discuss that some. Discuss and vote to the vacant 3 alleys per request received.
let me be the first one, because I personally haven't looked at these particular requests. And again, we really need to consult the Railroad Commission about this, because I got a history on that once, and you get bit once, not by a dog, but you let the Railroad Commission step on you one time, and you pay attention, because they got a lot of authority. And if we're gonna do it to 3 alleys, why don't we do it to the rest of them in town? Or is it just upon request?
This one right
So we
here,
can start with one you talking about.
this one right here, this is for the electric plant. The
Yeah.
lines per site, so this one we
And the justification for this request is,
They're putting in a new transformer,
transform.
or a substation, I'd say, which they need more room to be able to. But it is city property, same owner on both sides, so it's us and us, so.
That's the only one that's screaming out to me, definite approval.
Yeah,
And
and
they're
there's,
leaning towards tabling these other ones until we get concrete guidance from the railroad commission, utilities, and also the Iowa code and what it says about applying neighbors to it.
yeah, cause that's, yeah,
so I'm not even gonna, no, I'm not, I don't want anything to do with this until I look at it myself and fellow council.
But this one,
Oh, yes, sir.
that one's
Nobody
there, I
has any
don't know if
objection,
their project's supposed to
any
be
objection
started.
whatsoever to that one.
So,
Is there, am I missing something?
I
this one
can,
right here.
yeah, that's the light plant one.
Like that one.
I mean, so I'll make a motion that we approve the light plant alley vacate for their new transformer site. And we can table the other 2 until we have further concrete proof of it's not going to, there's about utilities, about state laws to know if your neighbor objects to it, you have to just drop it. And then Alex I think he's talking about the north and south, not sure.
That one's close to railroad, so.
Well, the east and west one, I'm not sure, I wasn't very sure exactly, probably, because he's got 2 that run through his property, so I don't know which
The
one's
one
talking
against the railroad is the one he said he wasn't worried about.
Exactly, because, well, he owns this land, the railroad owns this alley, then his house is here, his neighbor's house here, there's another one that owns this
One
one.
bad thing about that one is he's not gonna be able to get both. So you don't know if that homeowner wants to buy that half. You're gonna buy a half, so what are you gonna do?
And my no offense,
You're gonna fight over it? Fight
him
over
and
half the alley?
him and his neighbors don't get
Not
along,
at all.
so why would you want to butt your properties up, so you put one fence up and you're sharing that fence, like, no offense, to me, that'd be terrible, but I couldn't get along with you, why would I wanna be closer to you?
Right.
I mean,
Then who's responsible for the fence?
that'd be between those 2, but you know what I mean?
Well, that
But,
would,
and I also think there might be a gas line that runs through, because I know his gas line is on that side of his house. So there's no, I mean, if you build a fence, again, you're encroaching on trying to.
And plus, if we have an issue down there, we're not getting through there because it keeps blocking his trailer in that alley, so we're screwed there.
Sure.
So, I mean, you could run east and west, you can go behind it, but from Brett's house to his alley, from there down, it's all grass unmaintained.
Down, you mean west?
To east from,
He's
so.
going it west, that's what.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Okay.
From Brett
Yeah.
headed east, you go behind his house, the alley's a gravel alley that goes down to the south.
Correct.
From there to 16th Street or Dale Higgins is where it's just all
Mhm.
grass,
It
so,
used to be an alley that went across.
yes,
When there was a car wash.
yeah, and
Yes.
there is a sewer or storm drain, I know there's a manhole back there.
Didn't know that.
Back behind Brett's.
Now behind, Kennedy's, the old car wash behind Kennedy, there is a manhole there, and it could be storm, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I know I got one in my yard, it's
Yeah.
storm, so.
Yeah, we need to take a hard look at this.
So we can, I say, I make a motion that we will vacate the light plants for the project to continue. And we will table the other two, and hopefully we can get some information from railroad utilities, any state regulations that.
Yeah, let's try and put this to sleep. And I second your motion.
All in favor?
Alright.
Vote to approve mayor's appointment of mayor pro tem. My mayor pro tem is gonna be Spencer Kirk.
And that he just steps in for you when you're unavailable?
Yep.
That's what pro tem is?
Yep.
I'll
I'm
make,
absent.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Who seconded?
Aye.
Discuss and vote on resolution allowing 50107 Summerfest Committee to build without being charged a fee for a building permit on city-owned property.
Linda called me on this today. So since they're building like on the old school ground and since they turned that building over to the city, they stopped, fill out a building permit. They just won't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it's gonna be our property anyway.
Sure.
That's all they're saying, so.
That's a no-brainer.
A building permit is always required, it's just this individual entity, since they're building on city property with city approval, we're not charging them for the, permit.
I say I don't believe we charged them for the other item they built, the shelter house, so.
and this permit needs to be approved by,
So the building permit itself, Marty Hoffman is
Oh.
our city
yeah,
building inspector, but then there's also a committee that, like, so if he thinks it's a gray area, he's gotta go to the whole committee and talk to them, and then ever how that outcome comes, is how it comes,
Yeah.
unless you don't like it, and then you go to the grievance committee and
I'm all
do
for
it
it.
all over again.
I'm all for it.
Motion.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Stevens again. Kirk,
Yeah.
Kirk.
Discuss budget project recommendations.
So obviously, we have $60,000 we were going to do street repair with. I don't know if it'd be nice to see Main Street finished.
100%.
I think last bid I got, which was probably 2 years ago, was 150,000. I'm assuming it's probably went up,
I'm sure.
Cost increase.
probably closer to 190, 180. If we could figure out how to budget that, that would be awesome. Also, we can't apply for a grant for that through Grover County, just for your concerns, in their mind, we get a tax base for our streets. It is our job to budget that. There are grants out there probably that we could apply for other places, though, streets, and I'm not.
And I believe there's with the budget there, we're supposed to be buying fire hydrants 2 a year. And so there's a line budget I got on my book here, but they were supposed to be buying fire hydrants 2 a year. It's in a line item, so. Then we got 4, I believe, out there. Is it?
Does that include new supply lines,
That, no, and that's the
backflow
bad thing.
preventers?
That's, so, in my opinion, when it was brought up, it was, I wanna say in 22, they were just like, we'll replace 2 a year. You know, wherever it may be. In my opinion, it'd be smarter to start closest to the water tower and replace the line to there. Stop. And then when you replace another one, go off that one, because then you can replace the line as you go. Yes, I mean, there would be money, we have to see what that would actually cost physically though. Because maybe instead of buying 2 fire hydrants a year, just be, hey, we only afford one, because we're gonna dump this other money into replacing the supply line to it.
But there's something you're gonna have to do,
Yeah,
because they're.
right now, even if we hook up to a pump, a hydrant to try to pull off of it, we'll just scratch it.
Yeah,
The hydrant all blows out every different direction. It's not
I
good.
mean,
The fire hydrant over here by fire station won't do it till we can actually do the road.
I bet they're in the thrust block one in these hydrants out here.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Unless when you charge the system, it goes down and hits that, it's a thrust block, is what it is. Keeps it from shocking it, that's the word, shock.
No, we can shatter the whole line if we want to close it real fast.
Yeah, so, and that's the bad thing is the infrastructure's just gone for so long.
Yeah.
It's definitely probably a grant thing we need to look into for, like, I know Regency 12 has a lot of grants, but I hear there's a lot of hoops to jump through to get through with them, but there's probably more out there than just that. But yeah, I mean, just for budgeting projects, Mary, is this more of a like we say, hey, we would like to try to figure a way to do Main Street, and then when you come up with the budget, say, hey, this is the only way. I mean, I'm just trying to, okay. And then if we were to find grants and file them throughout, that would just change the numbers. Like, oh, we came out ahead. Okay.
Main Street, sure.
I mean, yeah, I would like to do Main Street. I think a lot of people would.
Budget a couple fire hydrants or something. So it's already been done.
Fire hydrants are replacing mains too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the main's us or if I think it's the utilities. It's actually the water line itself is actually utility. So maybe something we'd have to get with their board and be like, hey, is there a way we can, you guys, we can try to figure. I know that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be expensive when he's done, because if you don't do it, it's gonna keep getting more, because eventually it's gonna be so expensive because everything's gonna fail.
Not to change the subject, but Highway 30, this is old Highway 30 here, is there any historic value to it anymore? Like we could look at maybe historical help from some
More
old
than
30?
likely, Alan would probably know a lot about that.
I'm not the expert, but I do know in a town in eastern Iowa, Clarence, I think it is, and their Main Street communities, they've got a lot of, revenue sources moving there, but they did something to, improve they have Highway 30 going through the town, but they did something where they took the Lincoln Highway logo and painted that at their crosswalks. I think if you take a project and incorporate something like that, where you're making the intrinsic value or cultural value of tourism, and then maybe you add on some sort of era-appropriate streetlights, because we were doing that once when we first built the community center, then you can kind of bundle that up together and get funding to do the road itself, which is historical, and the treatment on it.
Yeah.
So, and we have people here like the Osbergers and the head of the Lincoln Highway Association, which is through Prairie Rivers. It's the group that markets it. And they used to have funding from Iowa DOT, but that has run out. But Prairie Rivers of Iowa still maintains a small slice in their budget to promote just the Lincoln Highway. So she's over there, so she could be a real good resource for something like that.
And I know there's, what is? The group over in Jefferson, that's.
The what?
There's the area, the Ames,
Oh, yeah, the Economic Development Alliance.
and then there's,
The Green County Development
Yes.
Corporation is now a part of the Ames Economic Area Alliance. So there's all kinds of resources now available through that group.
yeah, and I know Katie said they will help do sidewalks, stuff like that, so I'm assuming there's probably some type of street help we could probably get involved in.
I think you're probably
We would just have to reach out and ask, and I think we pay a membership.
Lumber fee. I think he's coming around soon, the new director, Greg Picklap. Has he contacted you yet about getting on an agenda for a meeting?
Possibly February.
That's what I thought, yes, because they're all bunched together, and I think he's got some towns that all meet on the same night, so. So he'll be coming around, so it's good to have ideas to pitch. That would be a very good one. Because that Lincoln Highway from where it comes off US 30 all the way to where it makes that turn to Jefferson, that's like 2 miles in length. And if we could focus right here on these 2-3 main blocks here that need that new surface, and then add on these other features that could get it over the goal line, I think, for writing people everywhere. Because I know what they say, they'll come back and say, well, again, you're taxpayers and your revenues tax support your streets, so. But when you add all those nice things, I do know that Grow Green did, I think they gave some money to Peyton for a new specific street light. You know, like.
Color changing.
Or a certain style, like some towns have the whole loop things, you know, anything beyond the basic. They did provide money for that, but when you get to the street part, but there are other sources out there, and I think this Jeannie Howe, H-A-U, over at Thurry River, she probably help us out with some information. It's worth pursuing.
So, yeah, I guess, I mean, it'd be nice if we could try to budget in a Main Street project. And then.
Well, the first step is right there. If anytime any group wants to step forward and do something, the first thing they're gonna ask for any grant, whether it's Region 12, well, how much involvement is there in your city?
Yeah.
And if there's not any involvement, it's like, well, okay, you're done.
Well, like,
Now you're talking about it, so you're way ahead of this curve.
we already got 60,000 allocated for street road repair. And so we're already there, we got something to play with a little bit. And then we just need to budget our upcoming budget. What can we do to try to get to a closer, I mean, I guess I'd safe to say 200,000. I mean, to do Main Street. I don't know if that's actually gonna cost that. It might be cheaper, but if we budget it high, come under cost, it's always a good thing. I mean, is there any other projects that you think need to happen around town?
There's a lot of roads, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, roads, and that's the problem is we have, I mean, and that's. There's no way we're gonna refix all the streets because we're pretty much gonna tear.
There's gonna be a few, we're gonna have to cut out squares and do something.
Which.
It's gonna take a couple dump truck, probably those of the coal patch and packer in.
We did that spot in front of your house, Daryl, or John Allen. And it probably, I don't know how it's holding up. I haven't really been down there.
It helped.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was terrible, so, I mean.
No, I tried.
Yeah, and we did another big push in front of Zach, in front of.
That one's holding up.
That one's holding up pretty good, but I think also is there's not a semi that drives on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's something we need to look into, Sue, is if, obviously the streets aren't made for semis and.
That 18th Street is a farm to
It
market.
should,
road.
yeah, so I
It
don't
is
know
a
if
farm
it
to
needs to
market
be reinforced for such loads.
Not just put a scab on it. It needs
Yeah.
to be repaired.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be probably safe to just cut straight across and then tear it all out as in a big, almost a block radius of it. Because that, it's just really that chunk there, that block that's been
There's a lot of
destroyed.
roads, so.
So we could, say if we wanna try to budget 300,000 for street repairs or what, I mean, I don't know, see if we can figure that out, make that work, also do grants, we'll have to look into those. Obviously, I'm not sure we can even budget 300,000, but it wouldn't hurt to say, hey, if there's a way, can we try to figure it out?
Yeah, I don't know what the cost of that type of work is. Material, labor, I don't have any idea.
And I don't know if it's smarter just to cut it out and pour concrete. I mean, concrete's expensive too, but I
one of those contractors get it in bulk, so they get a little bit of discount.
Yeah, well, but.
Then they pass it on in their overhead to you. So.
Yeah, but in my opinion, if you have a chunk of concrete that breaks, it breaks in a stress crack, you jackhammer that area out, just pour a small pad and fix it. Instead of having, oh, we had the whole road blow out and we're gonna try to patch that with asphalt. I don't know how, I mean,
Well, and you got that where they joint, you see, then your
Yeah.
expansion, contraction, you got a challenge. You just, well, if you're gonna do it right.
exactly.
I know it's a lot of money, but we ain't got,
I mean, Main Street's already asphalted, so I mean, finishing Main Street and asphalt probably wouldn't hurt. It's got a
chip
decent.
seal, crack fill and chip seal would make this a whole
Oh,
lot different.
which, I mean, other than we got, a hole out here in the street.
Yeah.
But, so I mean, like finishing Main Street with blacktop to match the rest would be nice if we could manage that. If we could and figure a way to cut out, and I don't know, do you believe that concreting would be the best option up by you?
You did, but you're not gonna butt up to some existing material that's gonna fail in a year or two.
Well, that's the worst problem. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to cut so far back and then you concrete it, then that would fail.
yeah.
And then you'd have to replace it, which
That's gonna cost.
in the long haul, we're probably gonna have to replace everything in town anyways, but.
We're gonna start at Highway 30 and burn it all the way around, because it is a farm and market road.
From Highway 30 down to
Down south, and headed on south.
because I was just saying, you got Highway 30, that's 18th Street, it dies at Sando.
Mhm.
Do you take it from Sando east or west, or you just take it to the end of Sando, stop there, and then we decide later on?
That goes, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't that go down to Highway 30?
No,
That farm and
18th
market road?
No, so 18th Street goes down and stops at Sando, which would be at the, right in front of Price's House.
Yeah, there's some new, pretty big potholes right in front of your place and my place with all the snow and removal. I don't know if it was already patched, but in the expansion it raises.
Well, the worst part is,
But I mean, they're like this deep.
the worst part is you put cold patch in a hole, once water gets under there and freezes, it
I was
pops.
thinking of 19th Street, excuse me.
Yeah,
I was
19th.
off one.
But
It seems like it does, but.
I don't.
I always
And
think
I drive
that too, because it connects on the other side, you keep thinking that's the other side of 19.
So I don't know if it would be 6 or it'd be 8. Farm to market would probably be 18th to railroad to 19th, technically, because then but I mean, you got to start somewhere, and then when it fails, you just keep on going, I guess.
Yeah, you're cutting patching is what we're doing.
Well, exactly. But as long as our patch holds,
Mhm.
and we're not continuously repatching the same patch, that's the big thing.
True.
Because with like cold patch would work. I think we just need to cut out so that when water gets under it, it can seep into the ground. I think right now it's just getting under into a hole, it freezes, and that ice just pushes it, pops it out of the hole, with the clouds, it just takes it with it. So the cold patch could actually work marvelously,
You'd have to run off of a highway spec, which is a 3-inch lift,
and that's what I'm saying.
and
we're-
then a 2-inch lift on top of that. To
That's-
get something that's adequate for the tractors, farm tractors, tractor trailers, fire trucks.
And that's exactly, so, I mean, if we just gotta look into it, we really got, I mean,
Yeah,
They use rebar for streets, concrete streets?
if you do concrete, yes.
yes,
If you do
They do.
asphalt, I don't know how that base works.
yeah, they do for concrete, but you don't put it in asphalt, obviously.
But I think our base is so far down and so wore out, it's gonna need a new base, and I think concrete's probably the only way to actually adequately fix it. You can asphalt on top of concrete later on down the years, but right now, our bases went
Yeah.
so far past repair. Or we just tear out all the concrete and just put gravel in town.
It's an option, and it'd work.
Yeah, see, you already have it, you're used to it, so.
What have you allocated towards roads in the past?
60,000 in from the last 2 years that I've been on.
Have we thought that's enough?
Just saying, by the way, should discuss.
This is, yeah, we're not voting, we're just trying to get ideas on what we would like to help Mary, if we're to Mary to try to figure into our budget when it comes, let's say, next meeting, if she has something drawn out or whatever.
Well, we have the streets torn up. We should probably look at the water mains and supply lines for
And the
that.
sewers and everything, and
That's gonna open a can of worms.
it is, and that's the worst part, is like, cause we've already had our sewer gone through, and their main request was, you probably should just dig everything up, put a new one in, but we ended up lining it, which is, it's epoxied in theory, so I mean, it's strong, that'll work fine. There was some parts I had to dig up because it was too far, it was past repairs like that, and we had to, put in a good chunk. But
So any other ideas besides that?
sounds like infrastructure is the highest,
I agree on.
I guess it'd be a
I do too.
Mary.
Why people pay taxes.
Yeah, like, it's like Mary, wiggle your nose and try to get us a lot of money.
I'll pay taxes, drive over bums.
And we could try to, I guess it's gonna be on us to look to see if we can find some sort of government assistance to help tackle this issue. Because like you said, while the road is tore up, we might as well fix the line right underneath it, because we might put a new road on it, next week it breaks, and then we have to tear up a new road.
Yeah.
Sleeves are an option if they're not too extreme.
So that is what we did a lot of sleeve patching for sewer lines this last year. That's what the Bolton and Mink thing, including sewer project, part of it was. So I think right now our sewer lines are okay, I guess. Hopefully they hold up for another 10 years.
When looking at the mains, did you get a call from a person today?
Two, right?
And one of mine, I don't know. We'll see.
So I guess that's it. I mean, we just gotta see what we can do to help, figure it out.
All right, department reports. Mayor. I am going through the code book, and I will start enforcing things in this town off the codes. So something needs done around here. New sheriff in town coming after him, so. Do you have anything else besides that? Got anything, council?
Yeah, you caught me off guard here. I'm still thinking about what the mayor's gonna write me up for. No, I'm just, I'd like to say that I'm looking forward to serving with you gentlemen and the community of Grand Junction. I'll do the best I can to help in any way that I can. And I'm behind the mayor. And, obviously, Mary, you're doing a great job so far. I don't know how you do it, but I'm glad you're doing what you do. Looks like we got a lot in front of us, folks, as a team, as an organization. Everybody's input. You know the old saying, it's better to sit there and look stupid than open your mouth and prove it. Well, I'm the first one to open my mouth and prove it a lot of times. You're gonna find that out in the near future. But everything doesn't always come out right when I try to get my point across, but we'll just keep trying. That's all I got.
I would like to say, Mary, I do appreciate the treasurer report in here so much. Because it at least lets you know where you're at, other than just seeing what goes out. I mean, it's the first time I've seen one that goes out.
I thought so.
And it goes.
I looked at the past and asked Paula and Laura, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah, and
Like
it's
it's
definitely nice because you see what received, what dispersed, changing liability, you see where we're at. It is that's awesome.
it'll continue, and as I get the books
Exactly.
in line, you'll see a lot better numbers. So hopefully.
Any other council? Anything?
Have there been any other complaints about any ordinances that aren't
So far, just dogs.
Just dogs.
I've had a few about people parking in alleys. They're clogging up the alley, people can't get down them. Tearing people's yards up, going through the alleys, because they park in the middle of the alley, so they're going through their yards. So. I'm gonna try to handle them here shortly. Any other thing? Zach, got anything?
I'm looking forward to serving the town and working with you guys. I think we got a good group here. Happy to be here.
Street department. I know Robert finally got the generator out. That was been setting for 15 years. It does work. So we do.
It's a PTO driven
PTO
generator.
off the tractor.
Oh, okay.
So if something does happen out there, we do have a way of
Backup,
backup,
plan B.
plan B. I was glad to hear that thing worked, so. I don't think Robert had anything else. Library.
Oh, we got it covered earlier. We're good to go.
All right. Fire department doesn't have anything either. To adjourn this.
Well, on
Wait,
the fire department, thanks for the numbers, that there's a formulated, report that,
Jack.
Jack discussed with me. We're waiting for the totals to come for the levy
All right.
per county and get those popped in there, entered in, and then this information is good to see. And then this will go into that formulated, just your department. He said your department is supposed to handle that and submit it, but it
Jack
hasn't been
usually
done.
does it for me.
Okay, so he will give me the information and I will be doing it.
Yeah, I'll talk to Jack.
Okay,
And before you adjourn, Jason would also like to know, he usually gives us monthly, this is the year for 2025, he usually gives one per month. Are we wanting it every month? It's usually only this tall.
Maybe one thing on.
Looks like this, not as many numbers there. So it's up to us, do we really want him to print off paper and waste it every month, or does he just want to do it once a year?
Wanna
Hey, this
save-
is what the fire department
Is
did.
quarterly too much to ask?
Oh, no, I mean, because they keep track, like it is a record in the computer.
Trying to save a tree.
Trying to say,
Can we look at it quarterly? It's interesting to me.
quarterly would actually, the numbers would look probably a little better than every month. Because, some months you're out, we went out 30 times, or we didn't go out at all.
I'll change that and do it again to you guys quarterly.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn, please.
I say.
Second.
Okay.
who first did?
Tom first, I say.
Okay,
What if nobody eyes it? We just hear all night?
Well, no, so,
it's implied.
well, like if Tom makes the motion and nobody seconds it, it dies there. Just